There's nothing more synonymous with Portland, Maine than lobster. This coastal New England town is crazy about the crustacean, and these Mainers have thriving businesses thanks to them. It all starts at sunrise when John and Brendan Reddy start their day fishing for lobster at their favorite spot in Cape Elizabeth.
I was 7, John was 8, and our uncle was a commercial lobsterman.
Looking out the windows at all the boats going by and wanting to be one of them was a passion that just kept growing. And eventually we got to achieve that and become lobstermen ourselves. Traditionally, most fishermen will go out between May through December.
All traps are color-coded for each individual lobstering, along with a unique identification number for every trap tag that's on your lobster trap. So you can identify clearly on the water which is your trap, and then you're hauling up and you're looking for those beautiful pound-and-a-quarter lobsters that are gonna taste delicious when I bring them home and cook them tonight. Catching a couple 100 pounds a day was the end of the earth for us. Growing up as harvesters and being able to do this every day and then transforming our company into Ready Seafood, now our company handles over 30 million pounds of lobster annually.
On average, our industry produces about 100 million pounds of lobster a year, and it's a very, very sustainable resource that we're very proud of the steps our fellow fishermen have taken.
What's unique about lobstering, it's a trap fishery, meaning everything that's caught up inside the trap is live, and everything that's not legal side is discarded back in the ocean for tomorrow alive. If we do catch a lobster with eggs on it underneath the tail, then we put a little V-notch on its flipper. Designates that's a fertile lobster that's proven to be able to reproduce. And we let her go on the bottom, and the next fisherman that catches her again will know that she can't be kept. We built Ready Seafood because we were obsessed with catching lobsters, and we became obsessed of knowing who actually got to eat the hard work that we put on the ocean every day. We have a goal to make sure that our kids and the next generations of lobstermen, of chefs, of foodies all have the same opportunities that we did as a kid growing up on the beach.
If you are looking for some of the most creative ways lobster is served in Portland, head to the High Roller.
We use fresh ingredients. We get fresh bread every single day. We make all our own sauces here in-house. So we've got one of the best, freshest lobster rolls in town. We sell 2,500 to 3,000 lobster rolls a week. But it's not just lobster rolls we do. We want to think that you could eat lobster different ways every day of the week. People are really excited to come here and try lobster items that they haven't heard of before. We do lobster cheese crisp taco, which is unique to us. That is a taco and the shell is made of cheese. So we griddle cheddar and Swiss, fold it over a little framing, and we have a nice cheese shell taco. Surf and turf burgers are really good. Those are a popular item for us. Our lobster grilled cheese is really good. Big Sky Bakery, which is located right here in town, they make an English muffin loaf. So it's like the batter you would use on an English muffin as sliced bread. So it grills up really nice, so you get a nice crisp to balance the cheesy, stretchy insides of the sandwich. We try and have a little fun when we're creating our lobster items here because it's so accessible to us here in Maine. It's nice to be able to experiment and find out what works and sometimes what doesn't, but you can only throw stuff at the wall so many times before it sticks and lands on our menu.
Maine's love of lobster isn't limited to catching and eating them. One Maine designer is transforming their shells into beautiful wearable art.
The natural colors of a wet shell are unbelievably beautiful, inspiring. It's what gravitates little kids to go pick up shells on the beach when they're wet. They're gorgeous. The shell is our primary working tool. We will clean it repeatedly. I then bake it to dry out all the moisture. I'll lay out a bunch of shell on the counter and slowly pick out pieces that I like the color of or that are going to sit really well into a cavity and manipulate that around into the piece. The actual setting of the stone needs to have at least a 72-hour cure in between. So it's a lot of little piecework, not a whole lot of intent sitting there other than sort of babysitting it for 2 hours, waiting for the resin to fully set. Giving lobsters a forever home in a piece of jewelry adds to the value of lobster as an icon for the state of Maine.
Whether it's in the water, on a plate, or set in stunning jewelry, it's easy to see why Portland loves their lobster.